Hello everyone, it's Stu here from Samsung Now. Samsung Now is where we look at all things Samsung, all things tech and all things gaming and everything in between. Today, finally, I've got round to spending some time with my PlayStation Pro and with my KS8000 UK 65-inch Samsung TV using 1180.5 update. I am aware that there is a new update circulating. I've looked on the US website and the UK website, still 1180.5 for this set, this TV set. So not too sure how these other people are getting this update. But as soon as it's available, I will do an update and a comparison video and settings video, and like I've done before, a complete gamut. But today we're looking at the PlayStation Pro settings, the game settings, which will work both for Switch and Xbox and of course the PlayStation Pro, which is what we're using today. I've got Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a fantastic game. It's the first sort of 4K game. I inverted sort of fingers and quotes on that because of course it's checkerboarding, but we won't go into that argument. There is, as we know, a setting for game within the software on the TV. So if we just we'll just carry on from where I left off. So first thing you need to do is you go to settings and you'll see special viewing mode, and then you make sure that game mode is turned on. What game mode does is basically it speeds up the response time from your panel. It also automatically adjusts certain things, which we will then go and readjust. It also turns off a lot of things too. So by doing that, it speeds up the responsiveness of the panel. If you don't have it in game mode, what tends to happen is that you get a degree of lag, which if you're playing a game, certainly like Horizon Zero Dawn or a racing game or anything like that that requires you to move very quickly, it can create, we'll just turn that down a little bit, she's getting a bit loud. It can create this slow response time, which makes it very difficult to play the game. So make sure you have game mode on. Don't bother with HDR plus mode. It just sort of, I never really use it. It's kind of a faux HDR. So once we've got the game mode on, go to expert settings, and you will find that a lot of these would have been adjusted to different levels. I always put the backlight at 20 because that's the standard HDR level. It also works well for me for a lot of Sky, 4K Blu-rays, non-HDR games. Just a quick note, the HDR flag doesn't come up on anymore when I'm playing a PlayStation Pro game that is HDR enabled, such as this game. So there's a bit of doubt as to whether HDR is being worked or signaled properly with the TV. I'm not too sure if it is. Anyway, put the TV backlight at 20. I turn the brightness just down a little bit, just to ease off the brighter scenes a little bit. Contrast standard set at 100. Sharpness, this was set at 50. Now, even though they say that on the game mode it softens the image a little bit, I still have the sharpness way down. The reason I have it sort of around about 35 is simply because on some scenes I've noticed that if you have it at what they set it at 50, it tends to make it very grainy. So you may want to adjust that, you know, maybe it's something just unique to my panel, I don't know, but it could be just something that, you know, you could fiddle with yourself. But I found that 35 is okay. I still get the definition there in the image and everything, but I don't get as much sort of grain as I do normally. Color, I find that the colors are quite blown on game mode. They're sort of too much. So I sort of just reduce that down a little bit. Tint, I leave at the standard 50/50. None of these you can adjust, those that are grayed out, because they're turned off. Smart LED I turn to high, simply because you want the responsiveness there with the LED, and it helps maximize contrast between light and dark and what have you. So you don't want that to be slow, you want that to be super quick all the time. HDMI UHD color on all, make sure that's always on all of those. Dynamic contrast, again, excessive differences between bright and dark, you want that set at high. The reason why I have it high is that if you don't, you start to notice the TV adjusting accordingly to bright and dark all the time, and this tends to lead to sort of like a contrast kind of pumping issue that I see. Set the color tone to warm 2. It's the closest to the industry standard that's out there. It's the more natural of the color tones. So set that to warm 2. White balance you can just leave as is. You only get to select on a 2-point, so it's not really worth fiddling too much. And gamma, because I've noticed that everything is on the standard settings just a little bit blown, the colors are a bit too much, I just turn the gamma down a little bit just to ease off on some of the brightness, and it sort of turns down the mid-range a bit as well. Color space set to auto, so you know, it basically we're not sort of worrying too much about how the color spaces are being adjusted, because we're relying not so much on the TV doing it too much, but more on the sort of the PlayStation Pro working with that. So we'll set that to auto anyway. So the TV will decide what's best essentially. And there we are, that's all you need to do. So just to quickly go back through that again. Backlight at 20, brightness at 43, contrast at 100, sharpness at 35, color at 47, tint 50/50, those are turned off. Smart LED at high, HDMI UHD color on all channels, dynamic contrast on high, color tone on warm 2, and white balance just left alone. Gamma turned down just -1, and then color space on auto. And of course you're not really going to see entirely what I see, because the color settings probably won't be picked up too well by the my phone, which is recording this at the moment. So we'll just, actually I'm at a very tricky point in this game and I'm not very good at this game, so we just need to leap down here, duck down there. I did have this game from the day it released, and I've not really played it very much, and I've had to sort of relearn an awful lot of things. Are you coming in here? You are, aren't you? Okay. God knows how I'm going to get over there. So as you can see, you know, the colors, of course my phone won't pick it up perfectly, but the colors are pretty decent. Plus there's going to be some compression, of course, with with YouTube. But as you can see, it's okay. Sorry, I just run out of, my phone will only record for 10 minutes at a time for some reason on the back camera. So yeah, just to give you a bit of idea of what it looks like.
Something here.
Oh, I've been seen. See, just useless at these games. Maybe if I hide, I'll just spell shit. Just die. Okay, maybe this is the way of doing it. Super stealth. That's a pretty nasty looking thing, isn't it? Yeah, so the colors, where is everyone? Oh dear. Oh my god. Yeah, you probably don't really want me to see this. You really probably don't want to watch me playing this because it's about to get very embarrassing. Yeah, so you know, the colors are okay. I'm pretty happy with the responsiveness of the TV. You know, I'm going hard left and hard right. It's pretty decent. Very happy with the TV in terms of as a TV for playing games as well as movies and what have you. So it does that very well. Certainly on the PS Pro. If I do end up at some point getting an Xbox One X, it'll be very interesting to see how that deals with that. Oh, didn't want to do that. See, that's what happens. I want to blow that up. There's get lots of people around me now. I'm not going to be happy. You know, maybe I should do just, you know, bad gamer videos because I'm pretty awful at them. I'm too chicken half the time. It's like, and then I get too gung-ho and I go flying in and die very quickly. Maybe if I draw them out. No, see, it's all lots of death already, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Redouble your efforts. The shadow demands it.
Run away. Run. Oh, balls. Die. Die. I thought I'd dead. Oh, see, it's all gone wrong. I don't know where I am. I'm on fire. I'm a lot on fire. Who's doing the fire stuff? Stop burning me. Okay. That's enough of that. So it gives you an idea of what the settings look like. Of course, my phone isn't going to pick it up so well, as I've said before, but I hope this is useful to you. Of course, I will redo the settings again, see if when the new update comes out. I know that there are some people that have it, so I'm not too sure how they've got it because I can't get it on the US or UK site, and I'll redo them as and when. The phone is adjusting. I've just noticed the phone is making the image a little bit darker than what it really is. So don't use my phone footage as a guide as to how good the settings are. You'll have to try them for yourself. Okay guys, thanks very much. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to look out for more videos in the next few days. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.